Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. I'm Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. I am going to show you a quick little project today. It's actually a sneak peek of one of the paper share projects that I'm doing, my paper share card camp. Tomorrow, October 14th, I'm closing registration. I actually said it was open through the end of today, the 13th, but I'm actually going to close it at 3 p.m. tomorrow, the 14th, because I'm going to place the order tomorrow night. So I have a little more time to squeeze anybody in that may want to join, but I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I wanted to kind of show it a little bit and share a card with you today. So the way the paper share works is you're going to get 12 packages like this. So each one will come with a label telling you what paper pack it is, the item code for it, what colors coordinate with it, and then each pack will also have the supplies for a card. So it'll include the envelope as well. I don't have the envelope in here, but you'll get the envelope plus all the card supplies to make a project featuring that paper in that kit. So each one of these will have a different card. So you're going to get 12 card kits plus the 12 packages of 6x6 samplers. So you're going to end up with over 200 sheets of the 6x6 paper in these little cello bags. It'll tell you which paper pack it is, and you'll have plenty of leftovers to do other things with. So in addition to that, we'll also have a Facebook group that for 2 days I'll be sharing live demos of each card project. You'll get written PDF tutorials for each card project, so you can either do them on your own or you can stamp along with me. And you'll also get, I'll be sharing like videos of other ways to use your paper, some demonstrations of other projects that use pattern paper. So you get lots of tips and tricks for how to use all that paper that you're getting. And we'll do prize patrols and all sorts of fun stuff for those 2 days. And those 2 days are November 4th and 5th. You don't have to be there live, though. It's going to be in a Facebook group, so you can always catch up later, and you'll be entered into the prize drawings just for registering, so you don't have to be there live to win the prizes either. So my projects, all 12 projects, feature one of these 2 stamp sets. So I'm using these 2 stamp sets to stamp all the images and wording for my cards. So you have the option to add these 2 stamp sets on if you want, but if you notice, they're kind of generic images and some Christmas and everyday occasions, so you can always substitute them with images or stamp sentiments that you already own, so you don't have to include these. But if you want to create the cards just like I do, then you may want to add these to your list. So today's card project, I'm featuring this rustic retreat, and like I said, you're going to get a sneak peek of one of the projects. So this is how it would come. Like I said, there'll be an envelope, a whisper white envelope to go along with this. I just didn't package it in there today. So it would be scored for you for the thick whisper white, because this is thick whisper white. Usually I do not score them. It just takes too much time for me to do that, so you could always score them. But a lot of times I fold them in half for you just because they ship better. So there could be that too. All right, so I decided to use this pattern from the Plaid Tidings cardstock. So you see, you'll get all of this paper, but we're only using this one piece for this card, so you'll have plenty of leftovers. And like I said, I'll be sharing all sorts of ideas and tips and tricks for you in the little Facebook group that we create for those of you that purchased the paper share card camp. You'll have access to that, and you'll be able to see all sorts of ways that you can use up this paper. But for this, we're going to take our plaid paper. I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And we'll go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to go ahead, trim that down. And I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, actually, because we're going to need to tie this around, but actually I can do that now. So you would get the ribbon included. So you'll notice I have ribbon and the little rhinestones included in your kit. So those would be included, and you're going to go ahead and I'm going to just tie a knot for this. So you will need to supply just basic supplies mostly, so like Stampin' Dimensionals or Pop Dots. So I only did a knot on the other one, but I gave myself a lot of ribbon, so I'm going to do a bow for this one. So you'll need basic supplies like scissors and some basic ink colors. I'm mostly sticking to Early Espresso brown, but I'll give you a full supply list just before we all start, so you can kind of gather those supplies together. Now I can go ahead and attach this down. I'm going to put this a little bit lower, and I'm going to attach this with my Stampin' Seal. Okay. So I'll just attach that to my card base, and then we'll stamp our image. And I'm just going to stamp it in early espresso. Like I said, you could use black, you could use whatever you have. I'm using the little house image from that Rustic Retreat stamp set. And I'm just, whoops, I got ink on that. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that so that the little chimney smoke is kind of off the page a little bit, or close to the top of the page, like that. Okay, and I'm leaving that white part on purpose because we're going to use that. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take my Stampin' Write markers. You probably want to give it just a quick second to dry, but I'm going to just take my Stampin' Write markers and I'm going to color my image. So I'm just using Pear Pizzazz markers. So again, you'll need to kind of use your own supplies for some of this. So you'll need some markers, but you could use whatever green you have. It doesn't have to be Pear Pizzazz. Okay, so I just used Pear Pizzazz for that. I used, this is Smoky Slate for the chimney. They're like stones, so I thought that would be a good color for the stones. You can see I'm not coloring really meticulously right now. I used the early espresso for the roof. And we'll just do this. Color that in. Okay. I'm doing a really quick color, so don't mind me. It's not my best coloring job. Okay. And then I'm going to use, actually I used the early espresso as well for the window sills too. So this one kind of blends in up here. I'm going to do it down here as well. Okay. Like that. And then I used Cherry Cobbler. So you would need a brown, a gray, a green, and a red, like a cranberry red color. Because I used Cherry Cobbler for the house itself. Like this. Okay. Super cute stamp set. I love this one. And like I said, I use this one or that Wrapped in Christmas, which is mostly sentiments, for all of my images in the Paper Share card camp. Then I did grab my Wink of Stella and I just added a little glitz to the window and to my chimney smoke. Okay. Then I'm going to let that just sit for a second so it doesn't smear when I try and pick it up. So then I'm going to grab my Early Espresso ink and I'm going to grab the I So Appreciate You stamp from the Rustic Retreat stamp set. I picked that stamp set because it was largely images, it was largely Christmassy type images, but they could be used for masculine cards as well, and also because the sentiments were not Christmas necessarily. Some of them are, but not all of them were. So we could use these for other things besides holiday cards. So that's why I did that. And I'm going to just go ahead and trim this down really close to the words. And again, I'm not doing a spectacular job at that. If I'm honest, I'm racing against my cell phone at the moment because it's about to die. So I'm hoping I can get this whole video in before it does. The trials of life here. It's very late in the day for me to be doing this too. It's just been rainy, kind of gloomy day today, so I just haven't been able to get myself motivated. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this right at the bottom here. And then I'm going to pop this onto my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, which this will be already punched for you if you got the card kits and the Paper Share. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. I would already pre-punch that for you. And then this is going to go right in the middle. And then again, I use dimensionals on this side too. So 3 more here. And then we're just going to attach this to our card, and that is almost done. Actually, I have one more thing that I'm going to do. I like to line this up, so like that. I'm going to shrink this bow just a tiny bit and trim down the edges a little more. Like that. Cute, right? And then I'm just going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. Oh, and actually, I already cut these because these will be included. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab the rhinestones and stick those on my card. And that is it. So you can see they're really cute cards, but they're super simple. So you'll be able to recreate them at home using supplies you have. Or if you get the stamp set, you'll actually have that too. But you'll get the ribbon and the embellishments that I use, so you'll have everything you need. And I'll just do a quick sneak peek of some of the other ones. So here's another one. Here's another card. And another one. So again, you get 12 card kits plus over 200 sheets of cards or sheets of paper with the kit, with the Paper Share Card Camp, plus the 2 days of sharing and inspiration that I'll do in the private Facebook group. So only about less than 24 more hours to get in on this Paper Share Card Camp. So I'll put the link in the description of this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at jenpitta, JENPITTA @comcast.net. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, be sure to hit like. And if you really like this video, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future ones. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.